It's you and me, love. Ain't no stopping us, just you and me, love. Tu hai mera, tu hai mera.
So now how do I introduce this absolute superstar on our platform today on Filme Shilmy? We have the one and only Madhuri Dixit Mene. So a huge welcome, Madhuri ma'am, on Filme Shilmy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad I'm here.
Absolutely, it's our pleasure too. And also happy belated birthday. And
Thank you.
and it seems wonderful, Madhuri ma'am, because it seems like you're reinventing yourself a lot. First foraying onto the OTT platform with titles like
Yes.
The Fame Game, Majama, and then taking up music videos like Tu Hai Mera as well.
Yes.
What
Yes.
determines this sort of project choices you're making nowadays?
Well, it determines. I mean, I look at what is being offered to me. Like Netflix came up with the project because of Shri Rao, and for Fame Game, because he had written this script, and we were supposed to do something else at some other time, but it didn't actually work out. But this time he had this lovely script, and Netflix was very eager to produce it, and so we kind of got together and we discussed, and Dramatics was actually the production company which was going to do it. And Sri came to me saying that I have you in mind for this because I've written this with you in mind, and
Right.
only you can do it. And so I heard the whole episodes, and I heard the whole series, and I was like, oh my God, this is just beautiful. And I wanted to do it, and I was on board, and then that was it. I mean, it just happened after that. And we started shooting in March, and the lockdown happened, so we had to stop everything. And then we started again, resumed in November that year, created a little bio bubble in Nashik. And those were the, that was the kind of atmosphere under which we actually shot for the whole series, where we had created a bio bubble in Nashik. Everybody was wearing masks and in their PPE suits, and it was like being, shooting on the moon or something like that. Because
Yeah.
everybody, like from outer space. But just the actors got together, and we decided we are not going to let anything like bring us down. We're going to do a good job. And so we kind of just put the blinders on and said, this is it. We are going to make a good series. And I'm so glad people loved it once it came out.
Mhm.
And so I have to really appreciate my fans, because they've always been there for me through thick and thin, my ups and downs, always encouraged me, loved me, supported me. And I thought that, it was time for me to give back something to them for all the love that I've received. So this is Tu Hai Mera is a song which is a love letter from me to them, basically.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful love letter. In fact, I'm connected with a few of the MD fans as well on Twitter. I'm frequently in touch with them because I post so much about you and tweet so much about you.
Oh
So,
my God.
so
So this song is definitely for you too.
Oh yeah, 100%, of course. MD fan for life, actually.
Right.
But I think it's interesting, actually, Madhuri ma'am, how both your singles, Candle, and then of course Tu Hai Mera, are tributes. The first one
Yeah.
was a tribute to the frontline workers during the COVID-19 pandemic. And of course, the
Yes.
second one, like you mentioned, is to your fans. So what impact does music have when it comes to paying homage or giving back to the society we live in?
Well, I think music is a lovely way to express, it's an extension of who I am, because I'm in a profession where acting, dancing, singing, everything is part of it. And for me, it's like I can express in a different medium. I can sing and express. I can write beautiful words and sing them and express them. So the first time when the first pandemic happened and I released Candle, actually Candle was part of my album in which I have sung about being a film star, what it is like, what are the backstories of being a film star. So Candle was a song which represented that part of your life when you might be going through any kind of turmoil in your life, or you might be feeling the worst day of your life is happening. But once you're in front of the camera, you have to be, that inspiration that everybody looks up to. You have to do your best, smile, be good, do the best work you can, because the camera's on and everybody's watching you. So I thought, you have to be the beacon of light for everyone, because everybody looks up to you and says, oh my God, she's something we love. She's someone who we love. And how do you keep that, that inspiration going. So even if you are a little candle and there's a hurricane around you, you have to burn brightly,
Right.
So that was the whole idea about candle. And I thought during that time, I saw the doctors and nurses, what they were going through, treating COVID patients, not knowing about what's going to happen to them, not meeting their families for days on ends, for months, because they were working at the hospital. And I felt so deeply about that, because I felt they were the beacons of light, in a very dark time. And so I thought this song is something that I can dedicate to them, even though it was in a different context that it was written, but it kind of gelled so well in that context as well, that I released Candle at that time. And of course, it was my birthday this time, and this was written for fans as part of my album, because you are who you are because of your fans, right?
True.
We are who we are. Fans love us and they've put us there. And so it was part of the album. It was part of what we had written for the album. And so I thought this was the right time, just to say thank you, because last 2 years have been, like a washout. A lot of people went through so many issues, problems, and not the best of times, but still we survived, we came out, we were triumphant. And I just wanted to let people know that, I love them.
To be very honest, I think all you need to do is one smile. I think everyone will be fine. Like, मैं सच्ची बात और like बस एक ही मुस्कान जरूरी है, and I think everyone that's like the antidote.
Yeah.
No.
It's so important to spread happiness.
It's so true. I mean, look, I already said it on Twitter as well. I was like, if I ever interview you or Aishwarya, for me, it'll be a really fanboy moment. And that's exactly what's happening today in today's
Oh, wow.
But look, I think you are a superstar, Madhuri ma'am, and you are an ethereal beauty, India's national treasure, and all those adjectives that I can bring out. You're all of that. But what's been your mantra, I think, in dealing with and maintaining stardom? Has there ever been a time where it's got a bit overwhelming and you've just needed to just take a step back? How do you deal with all of that?
Well, first of all, I think the way I've been brought up, my parents have always been very supportive. My mom was like a pillar of strength for me. And she's always, told me that it doesn't matter. Just keep doing your work. Just keep doing your work, which you know is to the best of your ability. And you have given it your all. You've worked with all sincerity. Just keep doing your work. Just keep doing your work. And that is what is going to make you succeed, because once you start coming out of that and looking at other things, I think it just kind of takes your focus away. What is your focus? You want to do good work is your focus, and just keep that, and everything else follows, everything else happens, around that. And that's always been my mantra. So I've never really become so overwhelmed that I really have to take a step back. And it's only at times when there's too much work happening, then you're like, oh my God, I need to just take a step back and just take a deep breath and then jump into it again.
Interesting. Yeah. And it's interesting because, again, not to reference Fame Game, but because obviously that was about fame and popularity and the big superstar that you played in that show. But in your real life, do you ever have a moment where you wake up and seeing these two personas, like the superstar Madhuri Dixit, and then, of course, the mom, the daughter, and yourself as Madhuri Dixit? Do you ever feel conflicted ever when you wake up in the morning and think, "Arey, aaj main kya hu?" Do you ever have that crisis? Do you ever have that?
No, I don't ever forget who I am. And I think for me, foremost, I'm a family person. That's the foremost. I love my kids, my husband, my mom, everyone. I'm a daughter, wife, mom first. And then I'm whatever it is to the world. But then I'm a professional. Then once I'm on the set, that's it. I give it my best, and I want to be the best there is. At home, I always want to be the best mother, the best daughter, the best this, the best that. So it's for me, I don't know, somehow I have managed to compartmentalize it, in the sense when I'm out there doing my job and everything, it's like, that's it. There's nothing else happening there. And when I'm at home, everything else is, outside, and inside the house, I'm just who I am,
Right. Now, I think, speaking a bit more about identity, throughout your journey in Indian cinema, you've always undertaken strong roles where women stood up for their beliefs. They've defined patriarchy. They've
Yeah.
they've not allowed themselves to be suppressed, even if it is a commercial potboiler like Hum Aapke Hai Kaun. Nisha represented that modern sort of Indian woman despite having those traditional values. So did
Yes.
you ever see an extension of yourself within the formidable characters you've played on screen as well?
Well, yeah, that's the kind of person I am too. Like, I don't let people define who I am. I think I will define who I am and what I want to do with my life, how I want to lead it. And I've always picked up roles which I thought were fascinating. Like when I did Mrityudand, everybody in the industry was, why are you doing this film? It's an art film. You know, you have to be without makeup, and then it's not going to look good, or it's not mainstream. That's what they were trying to say. And I'm like, I love the role. Look at what she's saying through the film. Look at what the film is saying for women. And I want to do it. So that film मैंने जिद में की वो film कि मुझे करनी है ये film, because I like the script, I like the director, I like what he is. So I think you should have conviction in whatever you're doing, and that strength to see it through and carry on.
Sure. I think that's why a lot of people love you on a final note as well. People love you because of that fighting spirit that you have, even through your films like Lajja, like, of course, even Anjaam for that matter. All these films represent that fighting spirit. And I think that's what Tu Hai Mera is. It's also a homage to fans, and it's also, wonderful collaborating with Raja Kumari, who is an amazing artist. I'm a big fan of hers as well. So it was amazing to see you.
She is very, very talented, and I met her in LA, and that's when we planned this album. Narendra Singh has done the music. The album has 6 songs. The first one was Candle, the second is Tu Hai Mera, and the other 4 songs are also the backstories of being a film star. So they all have meaning. They all have something of me, what I went through or what I feel, And so when I collaborated with Raja Kumari and Narendra Singh, we sat and we knew that we wanted some Indianness to the song as well, because my fans are, all India, even America, the Indian diaspora out there. And so we just wanted to give that feel, though I'm singing in English because I like writing in English. So we kind of, wrote the song together, and how I felt about my fans, what they do for me, how they brighten my day up, those kind of things. And then when we picturized it, we were very sure that we wanted to start with the traditional form of fan mail, that they used to write letters, decorated little things, and opening the envelope, reading what's been written. And by the end of it is the new era where everybody's with me, on their devices, right behind me, dancing with me, So it's kind of, this is the universe we have created now. So I thought it just came out quite beautifully in the song.
Wonderful. Well, I think it's not going to be long till we get to see you do a Hollywood film as well. I'm manifesting that. And when it happens, yeah, absolutely. Wonderful. But look, honestly, Madhuri ma'am, it's been a dream come true to speak with you. I've been waiting for so many years, and thanks to Prajakta and Akhilesh, they made this possible.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Wonderful talking to you as well.
My absolute pleasure, and wishing you all the very best, and congratulations on Tu Hai Mera, and happy belated birthday once again.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye. Take care.
Bye-bye.